So as you can see right now, this is basically what I normally buy when I'm playing Sion, and this is all based around full damage. Obviously, if I'm in a matchup with someone that I can't beat, I switch up normally to tank, and then that's a video for another day. But I'll keep to this build depending on the matchup. In my first buy, I'll get Corrupting Potion and wards, and then after that I would buy Dusk Blade being my first back, so I might not have enough to buy it when I come back, but I would buy items to get Dusk Blade basically, so the long swords or whatever. And then after that I would then go for my boots, which are the Berserker's Greaves. So normally on my third back I have enough for the Berserker Greaves, so I normally buy those. And then after buying the Berserker Greaves, then I buy Edge of Night, which basically gives me 325 health and attack damage, but it also gives me lethality. So this build is based on damage and lethality. Lethality is the main thing that will help us to secure the kills basically. So yeah, I mean I don't need to explain in depth on what each of these things do. It's just these things normally help to up your damage and lethality, which the lethality will just basically make kills quicker, more or less. So after buying Shroud, I normally go for Yumu's Ghost Blade, which also gives me attack damage and cooldown reduction. But the main reason I like it is it also gives me a movement speed ability. So once you click it, or press the button, whatever it is on your key bindings, you gain a movement speed. So that'll help you catch up to your enemies even when dying. So you can use it and you gain a temporary movement speed. And because we have a lot of other items that give us movement speed, it will help us just guarantee at least 1 or 2 kills. And then after that, normally I for my last item I either go for Trinity Force, being like one of the items I definitely have because it's a good all-rounder. It gives me 250 health, 250 mana, 25 attack damage, 40% attack speed, cooldown reduction and movement speed. So I almost always go for this. And then the last items is more or less personal preference. So out of the items I picked at the bottom, you could choose any of those and they would be quite helpful. So if you wanted more life steal, you can go for the Bloodthirster, which is the last item. If you wanted to meme and just basically stay alive longer, you can go for Redemption, the Angel Wings. Basically when you die you come back to life with like a quarter of your health. For damage you could go for Cleavers if you just want pure damage, or if you want more or less a mix and match of everything, then go for the Ginzo's Rage Blade, which is gives you a bunch of different things. Or if you just want to be a bit more tankier, just go for the Sterex Blade, which gives you 450 health, and upon taking 400 to 1800 damage within 6 seconds, you gain basically a ton of health and you gain in size. So what this means is within those seconds you gain a lot of health because you've taken a lot of damage and it's harder to kill you. So yeah, that sums up the builds that I use, and it's more or less changeable, as in you could use any of the items I've mentioned in my optional ones, but you could use any range of other items if you just wanted pure tanking or whatever. It's just this is my personal preference and this is what works out for me. So normally I win most of my games using these builds, and I find that changing it up sometimes can be useful because the meta does change, but right now I feel that this is within the meta right now. And finally, now for the skill order. So for Sion, I almost always get Q first, then W, then E, and then I normally max out Q, then W, then E. But whenever R is available, I always buy it next. So as you can see within this build order, it's quite popular, and the win rate it's a 50 win rate. So normally this value changes. It's obviously the average between hundreds of different people using this build, but normally I would stick to this build, except for the fact maybe I might change the order of my W and E, as in which one I buy first, because I know that for some champions they hard push me and I can't get any minion kills, so I might get my E first just so I can secure some of the gold and then get my W. But if it's an equal lane, I normally go for W first. So but it won't be like that. Normally it would be like Q, W, E, then Q, Q, then R, because you can't buy your ult until your 6th upgrade for your ability. But I mean you can change up the order, but I would almost always upgrade your Q first and almost always upgrade your W second fully, because E doesn't really do damage and it's not really as helpful. It's just useful having it basically. That's upgrading it doesn't really really make a much of a difference. But your R, you should always upgrade whenever you can. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, that's basically the end of the video. For putting it out there, by no means am I an expert at League of Legends. This is just my opinion, and I feel that this build has helped me quite a bit play him, and it's helped me win quite a few games.